Hey everyone, Dad here. Just a quick disclaimer for this episode. This was when we first started, so our audio quality is not the best. Please be kind when you're listening, and if you do want to listen to really good, sharp audio quality and our content just kind of like on point, start with episode 3. But if you want to listen to the old school first two, by all means, thank you. Enjoy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Take Two Pod with Mom and Dad. I'm Dad.
And I'm Mom.
And today we're going to do one of our all-time faves, and it's a doozy. Mom, you want to do the intro?
Sure. We're introducing the iconic millennial classic, Jurassic Park.
Cool. That's my raptor call. So,
it's pretty good. That's like exactly how it sounds in the movie.
Yeah. So Jurassic Park, it came out in 1993. And I'm just going to spit off the synopsis here. An industrialist invites some experts to visit his theme park of cloned dinosaurs. After a power failure, the creatures run loose, putting everyone's lives, including his grandchildren's, in danger. What do you think of that?
That is very concise and accurate.
Yeah, but it's kind of lame. It's not a really fun, exciting synopsis.
The movie is fun and exciting enough.
I know, but that synopsis is weak. An industrialist, his grandchildren.
It is what it is. They don't really go into John Hammond too much. I'm surprised to hear him described as an industrialist and not just an eccentric billionaire.
For those who don't know, I mean, John Hammond's the rich guy who spares no expense. So just as a little tidbit, the kids are down. Well, at least one of them. The other one is just tossing and turning.
No, he's sitting in his bed talking to himself.
Well, he's bored. He doesn't want to go to bed.
Yeah.
He tried to read more books, and I'm like, no, bro, you got to go to bed.
It's winter. He's not getting enough exercise, so he just sits there at night, not exhausted in the least.
Yeah, he pretends he's going to use the bathroom, and then he just goes sits on the toilet and reads a book. little shit. Anyways, so yeah, Jurassic Park, 1993, the original, the OG. Do you want to tell us who's directing?
Yeah, sure. It's directed by the incomparable Steven Spielberg, and of course starring Sam Neill, Laura Dern, and Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, some epic names there.
Mm-hmm.
When was the first time you watched it? Do you recall?
As I said last episode, Dad remembers the first time he saw movies. This is very similar to The Mummy, is just a part of my childhood. I saw it many times. I do not remember the first time I saw it. What year did this come out? 1993?
93, yeah.
Yeah, so I was 1 when it came out. So I saw it on TV and reruns and perhaps on VHS, but I don't remember the first time.
So I don't have a very good memory of the first time I watched it, but I remember how we watched it. So we didn't have a membership to Blockbuster or anything. And one of my siblings, their classmates, they had this thing that used to be called Super Channel. Basically, it's a little cable box that you pay for, and it unlocks all the really good channels, like the movies and stuff. This is like way back in the day. So they used to buy VHS tapes and record the movies because they were commercial free. They were unedited. So they would know exactly when it starts, and they would just record it on VHS. And then we would occasionally get some. We would borrow some from them, and Jurassic Park was one of them.
And anybody who grew up in the 90s had a bunch of unlabeled VHSs of random movies that were recorded.
Yeah.
I remember specifically we had one. It was called The Days of Wine and Roses. It was a movie about alcoholism that I saw way too young.
Okay.
And I just I found it all the time. I was like, oh, what's on this? And then I would end up popping it in the VHS and playing it, or the VCR and playing it.
So this one, the VHS was very well labeled. It was, and there's no commercials, right? So there's no pausing and stuff. So you never get that break. It's just nonstop movie, which was like unheard of. And why do you like it or hate it so much?
I love this movie. Like I said, it was part of my childhood. I've seen it. I can't count the number of times I've seen it. So many iconic scenes, so many iconic moments. It's just a very special piece of 90s culture specifically, and it's very nostalgic of that time every time I watch it.
So for me, the reason this movie, I'm a little older than you, but the reason this movie is so epic and so nostalgic for me is that this movie came out exactly when I was learning about dinosaurs in school. It was like parallel. It was side by side, and everybody at school was obsessed with dinosaurs. And we were painting dinosaurs. We did paper mache dinosaurs. Uh, it was everywhere. The shock, the culture shock, or whatever about this movie. It was level. It was like Titanic level. And there was this one kid in the neighborhood. I'll never forget this. He was one of those. He was one of those little assholes that used to get everything he wanted. And this kid had every toy. He had all, like, he had the movie, and then he had the lunchbox and the action figures. He had the Alan Grant action figure with the Jeep, with the Ian Malcolm. Like, this kid had everything. And then he was talking about, like, the phase of, like, there's the Jurassic phase, and there's this and there's that. I'm like, wow, bro, like, you're taking it way too far. Can I just play with your freaking toys? That's basically it.
Okay, but to play off of that kid a little bit, what's the most obscure dinosaur that you can name?
Obscure?
Yeah, because like everybody knows like a Brontosaurus, Triceratops, Pterodactyl, Tyrannosaurus Rex. Like, is there a random one that you can name? I only have one.
Unfortunately, my memory of dinosaur names has been tainted by all the Pokemon that have similar names and that kind of look like dinosaurs. So I know the basics like T-Rex, Velociraptor, Stegosaurus, Brachiosaurus. So yeah, what about you?
There's only one random one. I might be mispronouncing it. Ankylosaurus?
That sounds right.
I think that's how you say it. But that's the most obscure one that I can, off the top of my head, think of.
Okay. Well, anyways, this movie, big part of my childhood. Love this movie. I've seen it a million times. I bought it on Blu-ray and Blu-ray 3D. We actually went to the they had this thing where there's an orchestra that plays the John Williams soundtrack, and the movie's playing while they play. So all the music is played by the orchestra, and the dialogue of the movies from the movie. So you're watching this, and the movie's there. It's super high res in a huge auditorium. And then the orchestra is just playing all the music from the whole movie, and it's epic.
Yeah, it was awesome.
It's wicked.
It's crazy to look down and just see all these little all the little people with the cello and the flutes and the clarinets, just all of them just going, and the conductor conducting them.
And it went on the whole movie. It was almost it was just over 2 hours.
It was awesome.
Yeah, they took a little intermission, but it was amazing. And that was quite the experience. All right, we're going to get into the segments, and we'll start with the cringiest moment of the movie. Do you want to go first?
So I have a couple of cringy moments. Jeff Goldblum is a very, like Ian Malcolm, is a very cringy character.
Okay.
Most of the times he talks is pretty cringy. At the very beginning, he's flirting with Laura Dern in the helicopter. He's like, you know something about the laws of attraction, which is like, you're a scientist. It's like, stop trying to be a ladies' man. And then also just the
spitting game. What do you want?
Yeah, but it's corny.
Yeah, but he's a scientist. If you want to call him a nerd, but he's spitting game. Yeah.
And then later when he gives the "Life Will Find a Way" speech, why does he talk like that?
That's how he talks.
Yeah, but it's weird. It's very disjointed and awkward. But he's also supposed to be like this ladies' man and like this cool guy, and he kind of has like a hero moment. Like, it's a little bit confusing. So I just find him to be a little bit cringy, but in a positive way. He really does add something.
But that's his charm.
That's but
whole thing.
His charm is mixed with a little bit of cringe.
Yeah, you obviously don't find him charming. That's the problem.
Not so much.
Yeah. I would say he's awkward. I wouldn't say he's cringy.
And anyway, I found that a little bit cringy. And another thing, this is actually funny. We talked about this the other day. The little girl being a hacker is cringy.
Okay, so that's my cringiest thing of the movie as well. But I'll
Well, we were talking
first.
about ex machinas just the other day. And an ex machina is when a film has written itself into a corner. So they need to now make a solution that doesn't really make sense. So her being a hacker is an ex machina because they're stuck in that room at the end of the movie. The raptor's going to get in and kill them. The only way for them to escape is if that girl knows how to work the system. And miraculously, this 10-year-old knows how to work this huge, like, multi crazy system to run Jurassic Park.
So here's where my thing differs in you. I don't think that her knowing how to hack is the cringy part, because they give you little sneak peeks of it earlier in the movie. She mentions the computer systems when she gets there, and then she also mentions the CD-ROM, how it's a touch screen in the Jeep. So you kind of know she's a techie. Her brother's like the bookworm who reads about dinosaurs and stuff, but she's the techie. And then at the end, the thing that I find cringy is that she's a hacker. She calls herself quote unquote hacker, but you're not hacking shit. You're just using the mouse and clicking in certain file folders to get you where you need to go.
And she also opens the system and
you didn't hack
like,
anything.
She opens the system and she's like, I know this. It's like, no, you don't. This is it's probably like a super secure, like government like website or whatever to run the whole park.
Well,
you don't know
it's not super secure because it's run by one person. But anyway, we'll get to that later. So I don't think it's her being a hacker is the cringy part. I think the whole scene at the end is cringy because it's just like it's aged really poorly because people didn't understand computers back then as much.
Yeah.
So, there's scenes where they show security camera footage and it's just a video. It's just a video playing back, and you can see the timeline at the bottom of the window. But you're just kind of like, okay, it's the 90s. Just forget about it. There's a couple of mistakes
90s
like
did things like that a lot.
But
wasn't there a music video where somebody was like, they were pretending to text on a phone, but it was an Excel sheet?
Oh, yeah. That was a Dilemma by Nelly and Kelly Rowland.
she's texting
him, but it's just an Excel sheet on like a sidekick. Oh, my God. Technology. So, yeah, that's funny. We share the same cringy moment. That's good.
Yeah.
Now, the most iconic moment or quote, I'm going to go first this time.
Mm-hmm.
The water moving in the cup before the T-Rex arrives is by far the most iconic moment for me. They're sitting in the Jeep. They're kind of scared. There's no power to the park, and they haven't seen any dinosaurs really. And then you just see the cup, you hear the vibration, and then the cup's water starts vibrating.
And that's been parodied to death because it's such an iconic moment in cinema.
And the kid's looking at it, and then the insurance guy is looking at it, and he's like, oh, is that the power coming on? Like, it's horror movie vibes. It's so freaky. It still gets me.
Yeah, but the funny thing I noticed about that on this watch that I've never really noticed before, they use that trope like 4 different times.
In the movie?
Yeah, they use it.
4.
Yeah, they use it in the kids' Jeep. Yeah. They show the water rippling. They use it in the T-Rex's footprint when Laura Dern goes back looking for them. And then they use it with the kids' Jell-O. Oh,
but the Jell-O is not vibration. She's scared. She's scared because she sees the raptor.
Well, it's a similar trope. I'm just like, they didn't need to use it that many times. Like, maybe twice would have been fine.
I think it was just twice. I think you miscalculated.
All right. Well.
But anyway, so the other one, most iconic moment or quote. So that's a moment. For me, the quote, I've got a whole bunch here. Life finds a way. Samuel Jackson says, hold on to your butts. You've got clever girl.
Oh, that was mine.
And you've got shooter in the opening like 4 minutes.
The close-up with the close-up of the yellow ass teeth.
Oh my God. No, his teeth were yellow. Anyway, what is yours?
So one of my favorite quotes was also, his name is Muldoon.
Yeah.
The raptor handler.
We'll talk about Muldoon later.
When he's watching Laura Dern's back when she goes to flip the breaker in the shack, and the raptors trick him. And one of them gets right up next to him, and he looks, he says, clever girl, and then gets absolutely demolished by the raptor.
They just finish him.
Such a good moment. So iconic, and also so like quick-witted of him to just throw that little clever girl out there before getting actually murdered.
So he busted a one-liner before he died?
Yeah.
I mean...
But it wasn't cheesy.
You had time to just turn the shotgun and blow his brains out.
It works. The other like most iconic moment for me is just the Jeep scene with the T-Rex is unmatched.
When Jeff Goldblum's like, hurry up.
No. When the kids are in the Jeep and we see the T-Rex for the first time.
Oh yes. Yeah,
you see movie magic happening.
That's a whole
in front of
sequence, and it's the best sequence, I think.
It's the best sequence. The effects are crazy. They still completely hold up. That dinosaur looks so real. The fear feels real. The noise feels real. Everything about that scene is perfect. But I just have to say, the little girl in that scene, when she pulls out the flashlight, that pisses me off so much. You know what? Like, whenever there's memes about like, oh, your survival instinct is 0. That bitch's survival instinct is 0. You're drawing attention to yourself when there's a T-Rex right next to you.
They don't know what to do. They're terrified.
Yeah, but she's just flashing a flashlight around. Are you dumb?
She's a kid.
And then she doesn't turn it off. It's on the whole scene.
She tries to turn it off, but she's a hacker who doesn't know how to turn a flashlight off.
It doesn't make sense.
Well, she's a kid.
That whole sequence, every time she does that, I'm like, it pisses me off.
I mean, it's very heat bag of her to do that. And I've seen grown adults do some pretty clumsy heat bag stuff when they shouldn't be.
Yeah, I guess
there's a cop right there, and you just like burn a stop sign. It's like, come on.
We could write it off as a kid being a kid, but like every time I see her face when she does that flashlight, it pisses me off.
Okay, do you got anything else for that?
No, that's it.
So Shuta is your quote, or is it clever girl? Okay. Clever girl. So this movie, is it a classic or is it canceled?
We don't even have to go into this because it's classic, no question. It's very unproblematic.
So I agree. The only thing I was like could be problematic now is the scene where they feed the cow to the raptors and when they feed the goat to the T-Rex, because some animal groups, might be like, oh, that's animal cruelty. That's this, that's that. Why would you let it get tortured like that and stuff like that? So I could see that being an issue.
Yeah, but don't they mention
for some animal lovers?
Don't they mention if they don't do live bait that the animals won't eat? Isn't that mentioned?
Well, yeah, even the guy, Alan, he says that the main guy, denim shirt, he says that T-Rex doesn't want to be fed. He wants to hunt.
Yeah.
Right? So, I mean, that's why the T-Rex goes after them.
I mean, you can also be like, it's a movie. There, like, a cow didn't actually die, a goat didn't actually die.
Yeah, I think it's a classic. It's not canceled, but that sequence, they would not put that in a movie today. I don't think.
I think they could. It's supposed to be a little bit disturbing.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think they would do that. It's like this movie was walking a fine line between kids movie and something for adults, because
there were moments.
There's blood, there's limbs. Remember she runs into Samuel Jackson's arm,
dismembered arm.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That's a bit harsh for a kids movie. Yeah. I thought.
Well,
because it was marketed as a kids movie. Was it PG-13 or was it rated G?
I think it was PG. Can you watch this with your parents?
Absolutely. There's no nudity. It's not. There's nothing sketchy going on.
Family friendly? It's
very family friendly. I mean, Samuel L. Jackson is smoking the whole time. It's rated PG, by the way. But other than that, there's really... It could be a little bit scary for littles.
Yeah. I mean, family, though, your parents. Can you watch with your parents?
Yeah.
There's no sex scenes. The only sexualized scene, honestly, is when Jeff Goldblum's injured and his chest is out and he's just laying there, like leaning on his shoulder like a magazine...
I kind of like that, though. They objectified a man instead of a woman. They kind of turned it on its head. Like, Laura Dern doesn't show any skin other than the fact that she's wearing shorts.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
Yeah, I kind of like that. But yeah, it's totally safe to watch with parents, and it's safe to watch with kids as well. But I wouldn't watch it with very littles. Like, we did show our son the T-Rex.
Yeah, I showed him the T-Rex clip, and he
got scared.
He's like, turn it off.
So it's too mature for a 3-year-old.
So, okay, favorite and least favorite supporting character. My favorite is Alan Grant, the denim shirt, main guy.
He's not a supporting character.
Oh, sorry, favorite character.
Oh, okay, because I picked a supporting character.
Did I break the rule? Yeah, I broke the rules. I'm sorry.
It's okay. You can pick the main character. Why do you like him?
He's just calm, collected. Things are going completely to shit. He's never dealt with this before, but he's like, they mentioned earlier on in the movie where he's like, you're gonna, he's trying to scare that kid in the desert where they're digging up fossils. And he says, you think if you don't move, the raptor will just not see you because you base his sight on a T-Rex, but it's not like a T-Rex. And then later in the movie, he tells the kids and he tells everybody, don't move. And the T-Rex is sights based on movement. And they kind of like give you that little hint in the beginning. So he's just like, he's ready for this shit, He's
hyper intelligent and knows a lot, but I also love his awe and wonder. Like his character is very pure. When he sees the dinosaurs, he cries. He's like very interested. He wants to see it, but he's also pragmatic when he's telling John Hammond that this is not, you can't let regular people come to this.
Yeah, I mean, he tried to turn it into a circus, right? So
yeah.
But yeah, so that's my favorite. My least favorite is Newman. I can't deal with
Really?
Newman. Yeah, he plays the part to the utmost perfection, but he's repulsive, and he's just Newman to me. He's not anybody else. He's not the nerd guy from the hacker or the coder. He's just Newman.
He seems very Newman-y, but he has some really good moments, like when he puts the shaving cream on the pie.
Yeah, but he's 100% Newman, and I find him repulsive. And I'm just like, even when he's on screen, I just didn't want to see him.
You're not supposed to like him. He's a bad guy.
I know, but I didn't even want his scenes in the movie. I could have lived without them.
No, he needed to be in the movie. The system wouldn't have shut down without him. Yeah, he moved the plot forward.
I guess. What about you?
So I actually picked supporting characters. So my favorite supporting character is Muldoon, the raptor trainer. There's just something about him. His accent is great. His confidence is great. His bravery is great. Like he goes to flip this breaker on with Laura Dern, doesn't hesitate, talks about the raptors being lethal when they're 18 months old or 8 months old. Every time he talks, it's so epic. Like when they're in the Jeeps, he's like, quiet. They're approaching the Tyrannosaur paddock.
Yeah, that line is crazy. It just zooms in on him as eyes bulge out of his head. Quiet. They're approaching the Tyrannosaur paddock. And then it cuts back.
Yeah, he brings awesome. a level of epic to a lot of characters that aren't terribly serious. He's like the serious one, so I like that about him. Least favorite character is the insurance lawyer.
I find him entertaining, at least.
He's entertaining, but he's horrible. He's the worst. And this scene pisses me off so much. The little girl is a vegetarian, and she's like, what are they going to do to the goat? They're going to let the T-Rex eat the goat? And he's like, what, you never had lamb chops, kid? That's a different animal. Are you dumb?
They make the same noise, though. Bah.
Yeah, but that's so stupid.
Yeah, he's not the sharpest guy.
I hate him.
He's a lawyer, insurance lawyer, so...
The only one who's on my side is the blood-sucking lawyer.
Yeah, that scene was funny.
So when he gets eaten, it's pretty satisfying because I really hate him.
What about when they're showing they're getting a tour of the lab and there's scientists working in the lab and he thinks that they're robots and he says, "Are those people autoerotica?" And he's like, "No, they're lab technicians." Like he meant to say like. I think he tried to mean like robots or something, but he said autoerotica, which is a nice little joke for the adults, but man.
Yeah, but aren't lawyers supposed to be smart? That's two different dumb things he says.
Well, there's dumb lawyers too. Maybe he got his degree at the same place Better Call Saul got his
that place
College of like Samoa or something.
Yeah.
Anyways.
I mean, Kim Kardashian couldn't pass the bar, but this guy supposedly did.
Yeah, that's true. But she got her info from ChatGPT. Yeah. Okay, so cultural impact. Do you want to go on this or?
Yeah, so this movie ignited a fascination with dinosaurs in the 90s.
Agreed.
And it started kind of a snowball effect. There were a few other movies. The movie Dinosaur, I think was a direct result of this. And other movies and shows. It kind of got everybody interested and into the idea of dinosaurs and researching dinosaurs and wanting to know more about dinosaurs. So that definitely affected the culture. It also had groundbreaking CGI and practical effects for its time.
It's still good because it's all practical.
Yeah. There is a lot of CGI, but all the CGI is so well done, and there's so much practical that it just obviously looks real. Like those raptors in the kitchen are being handled with string, with wires.
Yeah, the puppets, the legs were being used by are controlled by the puppeteer.
Yeah,
but the wide shots, that's the other thing. The wide shots are all CG, but they're far away. And they're so well done because they took so much time to do it. Nowadays, they rush through everything and everything just looks like a video game.
Yeah, it shows you what happens when you really take the time, put the effort in. It can look absolutely flawless, even in the 90s.
So for me, huge impact. 7 feature-length movies, although some of them are trash. Video games, like from Super Nintendo on. Comic books even. Lunchboxes, merch. We went to the Jurassic World. It was like animatronic dinosaurs and puppets.
Yeah,
we went to that and it was amazing. And then we did the orchestra thing too.
Yeah, we're big fans.
We're big fans, but it's just the cultural impact of this movie is crazy. The amount of merch, people taking old Jeep. Jeep trucks, making them look like the Jurassic Park trucks or the Jeeps.
Yeah.
They do like full restorations on an old 93. I think it was the Jeep, the Jimmy. I think I might be wrong. Or maybe the Wrangler.
It's mentioned, Jurassic Park is mentioned across pop culture, like in books, in magazines, in shows, in other movies. Like everyone knows this movie. Even if you haven't seen it, you know what it's about.
Yeah.
So it really did impact culture. And I'll just add on the end of that, it's kind of interesting that they had these ethical discussions about playing God in science in the movie.
Yeah.
It's not just a popcorn movie. Like they actually addressed what can happen when you try to take control of things that cannot be controlled in nature.
When you're a kid, you watch the movie, you're like, dinosaurs, cool. Attacking people, cool. Cool Jeeps and this and that. When you watch it as an adult, it's a different movie. It's very, it's kind of like if you wanted to compare the creating the dinosaurs to, should we be doing what we're doing with AI? Is it going to stay in our control? Are we going to lose control over this? Are we moving too fast?
Any of it, stem cells, cloning, AI, all of it. It's like Jeff Goldblum says in the movie, you kept wondering, could you? And you never thought, should you do these things?
Jeff Goldblum, he's wicked in this movie. I don't know why you're beefing him.
No, I like him in the movie. I just find him a little bit cringy. But it's cringe that works in the movie. It works.
So, soundtrack. John Williams, unreal. So many memes. What are those? What are those?
It's when they first get there, it's like such a hopeful, whimsical sound.
Yeah, it's iconic.
And it's so familiar and nostalgic when you hear it. It brings you back to childhood. It makes you feel like a kid. You feel like you're going to Jurassic Park. You feel like you're having this life-changing experience. The music just plays it up so well. And throughout the movie, like there are almost horror scene-esque sequences, and the music really plays up that thrill and that fear.
It's wicked.
It's very well done.
One of the best movie scores of all time, if you ask me.
Yeah.
So here's another segment here. Who gets the spinoff? Do you have anyone?
So John Hammond is an interesting character that I don't feel is delved into enough. Why is he so eccentric? Why is he the way that he is? So I would want either like a young John Hammond movie about him, like a coming of age, to kind of delve into why he is the way that he is, or a movie prequel from the ground up Jurassic Park. Because when we get there, it's already been going on for a few years. We already have full grown dinosaurs. we don't see the first time they actually hatch an egg.
Oh, you want to see the
I want to see them be like, oh my God, it worked.
Yeah.
Like kind of moment. Because you could go anywhere with that. It could be a discovery movie. It could be a horror movie. It could be.
That's a good one.
It could be similar to Jurassic Park, but it would be more at the very beginning when they first conceptualized it.
You know, it's funny. They've done all these Jurassic Park sequels. They've never done a prequel. So mine is it's similar, but it's Muldoon. Clever girl. He gets a prequel spinoff because I want to know what this guy did. Actor's name is Bob Peck. In the character, his name is Robert Muldoon. I want to know what this guy did before, why he's such a badass. Was he in the army?
Didn't they say he worked? It was like something in Africa, safari, something like that?
Maybe, but I want to see a prequel movie where this guy's a badass and just owning noobs, and he's just like dealing with animals, and you know, like he's the ultimate badass in that movie.
Yeah, and I want to know how he got that set of skills because he can handle a sniper rifle. Yeah. He can handle raptors. He can like grab somebody who's having their arm ripped off.
Yeah, I want to see his spin-off prequel movie, and then at the end of that movie, he gets hired to work at Jurassic Park.
Amazing. He's a great character. I would want to see that too.
So what's your back-to-back? What are you watching after this?
So it's very obvious. You watch Jurassic Park, you have to follow it up with I can't remember what Jurassic Park 2 is called.
Jurassic Park.
Is it The Lost World 2?
It's The Lost World.
What's number 3 called?
Jurassic Park 3.
Yeah, so you got to make it a triple feature. If you're going to watch
all 3?
Watch all 3.
I wrote the exact same thing.
You did? Well, they go together so well. We actually both love number 3 a lot more than number 2, but number 2 has its moment.
So number 3 is much better than number 2, but number 2, in my opinion, has one of the best sequences in any movie. Any movie. I think it's still Steven Spielberg, but the scene where they take the baby T-Rex to the trailer. Mm-hmm. I know we're getting off topic, but they take the baby T-Rex to the trailer to save because it has a broken leg, and the mom, I think it's the mom T-Rex and the dad T-Rex show up. Yeah,
they hear their baby
crying. Hear the baby crying, and that whole sequence is just, it's a nail biter because you got everybody trying to get out of the trailer. The trailer gets knocked off the cliff, and then that one guy shows up, and it's the best Mercedes commercial ever. Mercedes paid, I don't know how much they paid. Maybe they funded the whole movie, but this guy takes a winch, attaches it to the trailer, and then starts flooring it with the Mercedes M Series SUV in the wet mud and trying to pull the trailer up. And it kind of works, but they obviously kept it within realism. They're like, this Jeep is not going to, pull that much weight up, but it basically prevents it from falling. But yeah, back on track here. Sorry.
Yeah, you could watch all 3 Jurassic Park movies together and you get a good dose of dinosaurs. You get some adventure. You get some wonder. You get more of Jeff Goldblum and what's his name? The guy that plays Alan.
Oh,
Sam Neill.
Sam Neill.
Yeah.
Wicked actor.
And you get a little bit of Laura Dern too in Jurassic Park 3. She cameos.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so if you really love the first movie, there's definitely a lot to enjoy.
Yeah.
And
Jurassic Park 3 is definitely a redemption for them. The Lost World has that one scene, in my opinion. The rest is just,
it's watchable.
It's a bit of a mess.
We've watched it.
It's just a bit of a mess.
It's
not terrible.
There's too much going on.
It's better than the new trilogy.
The first one in the Jurassic World was pretty good.
Yeah, but the dinosaurs look like video games.
Yeah.
And also Muldoon is a huge badass. He makes Chris Pratt look like a wimp. Yeah. Honestly, Chris Pratt, get out of here, bro, with that.
I do love Chris Pratt though.
Yeah, but he let Thanos hit the other stone.
Yeah, it's his fault.
Yeah. So, what scene would you delete from this movie? And what scene would you add?
This is the thing. You can't.
Okay.
This is a near perfect movie. So the only thing I wanted to say about the take or leave is I loved the scene where Laura Dern is going to flip the breaker. It has such horror movie vibes. It follows her from behind like a slasher movie while she's running. Mm-hmm. She goes down. It's dark. Samuel L. Jackson's dismembered arm dangles over her and she grabs it and screams. The raptors coming for her through the fence, like the banging of the fence. it has such horror movie vibes, and the kids in the kitchen. So the only thing that makes me wish that the movie was a little bit more of a horror movie.
Yeah, but it'd be too scary for kids. But I get what you're saying. It turns into a horror movie at some points.
Yeah, there's a couple points where it's like, this is a horror movie, and it makes me want more.
Like when the raptor's like nose goes up to the circular window
and it breathes onto the
and then when he opens the door he goes cool 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 cool.
But I can't even talk about adding or removing scenes because the movie is so perfect. So I like that it has that horror movie element, but it also has like that whimsical childish wonder element. So I don't actually want to change it. Those two scenes really make me want a little bit more horror.
Yeah, the third one is it's kind of more for older people because the kids who watched it, they're older now, so it does have that. But for me, I wrote a couple actually. So I would remove the scene where Hammond argues with Newman about the computers. I found it boring, and it could have been cut. I don't care. The scene where he betrays and he takes the shaving cream is enough for me, and then he tries to get the embryos. That's cool. I don't need to hear this bickering.
They're showing his motivation.
For me, I would add more scenes with Shooter. I wanted to see him, honestly, I wanted to see him grab that shotgun, and if there was like 4 or 5 raptors, I wanted him to own at least 2 of them to show how much of a badass this guy was. But he gets killed way too quickly. They rock him right away.
Yeah,
he gets no kills. And
I think also, like, as an employee of John Hammond, they're told like try everything other than killing them.
Yeah, but the guy grabs a shotgun in front of him, and he's like, and then John Hammond's like, "Oh, I'll go with you," and then she's like, she mentions like, "Oh, we'll talk about sexism later" or something because he didn't want her to go. But this guy grabs a friggin' 12-gauge shotgun. And he puts his hat on with his long ass socks and his short ass shorts with the. Have you seen his quads? His quads are like ripped. This guy's yoked.
Yeah.
And he gets rocked right away. You know why? Here's my theory. He gets killed right away because if he owned a couple of raptors, even if he trapped them, let's say he didn't kill them, he would supersede the main characters, Alan and Ian Malcolm, because he would be the ultimate badass. And those guys would just be like, they would be betas.
I don't think we're there to see dinosaurs get killed because no dinosaurs get killed.
No, don't kill them, trap them. I want to see him trick them. He's supposed to be their friggin'.
He talks about how hyper intelligent they are working together. Like it's just showing how hard it is to predict what they're gonna do.
Fair enough, but that guy did not get his due.
Yeah, it sucks that he died that way.
So is this Lazy Sunday vibes?
Absolutely. It's a familiar comfort watch. I've seen it so many times. I can predict it. I can fall asleep during it.
And is it nostalgia that makes you like it still, or is it actually still fire?
So we talked about this, like the discussions they have hit different as an adult. It makes you feel something. So the movie is actually good, but I think my deep love for it stems from nostalgia. Like if I had seen this movie as a 30-year-old, I don't know if it would have such a special place in my heart. Because I remember as a kid, like it would just come on the movie network.
Yeah, but I think some movies, they just stand the test of time. I think if you put this movie on for someone who'd never seen it or heard of Jurassic Park or anything, and you showed them this one, you didn't say anything. You just said it's a movie, it's about dinosaurs. Be like, oh, dinosaurs are extinct. And then you watch the opening scene and the DNA scene and then the attack of the T-Rex. Like it is jaw-dropping. I think it still holds up beyond nostalgia.
Yeah, they would like it, but I'm saying like I have a deep love for it. Like it's so comforting. Yeah. I don't think I would have that feeling if I'd seen it as an adult. It makes you feel, maybe. There are scenes in it that make you feel like you're still a kid.
And that's true. And it is a Lazy Sunday vibe. You just have it on in the background and then you can just jump in any moment. Mm-hmm. Does this movie hit different as a parent?
Yeah, we need to talk about this shit. Allowing children on the island when a worker had just recently been mauled almost to death is fucking ridiculous. As their parent, Why are you allowing them to fly on a plane to go to this dangerous ass island?
I know.
Where are the parents?
Where are the parents?
And as their grandfather, John Hammond, he is way too flippant. He's like, yeah, there's a bunch of deadly dinosaurs here. Why don't you go with these people that you don't even know in these Jeeps? See you in a few hours, kids.
Spared no expense.
Yeah, he spared no expense. Your freaking grandchildren almost got killed. And he cares when they're missing, but he doesn't care that much. Like, he's sitting there eating ice cream. I can't even eat when I have anxiety. This guy's eating ice cream when his fucking grandkids are missing? No.
So this movie hits different as a parent. I watched it a million times before we had kids. Now I'm watching it, and the scenes with the little boy when he's like trapped in the car and the T-Rex is like crushing the car and he gets all muddy, and then the truck falls off the side of the cliff. And when Alan Grant finds him in the truck, the kid is terrified and traumatized. He's just staring at him with blood coming out of his ear. And you just feel for him, and you're just like, wow, I don't know what I would do if my kid was in that situation.
And a couple of times we both said it reminded us of our son. Like, specifically, there was a couple times where he was like crying and screaming, which toddlers do a lot of. So we both kind of saw our son, and we were like, oh my God, I can't imagine my kid being in that situation.
The dinosaur sneezing on them, that scene was really cute with the kids.
Where he's like, it has a cold.
Yeah, that part was really cute.
Because kids really do that. They have like that sweet little empathy in them where they'll notice things like that. It's really sweet.
So it does hit different as a parent, for sure.
But I'm more just angry at the parents of those kids.
Yeah, they never mention them, right?
No, but like, what the hell?
For some reason, when I was watching it again, I was like, did their parents, like, did they have an accident or something? Did they die in a car accident or something? But they never mention it.
No, you're thinking of Jumanji.
Oh, yeah.
You're thinking of Jumanji. No, they just sent them there to see their grandpa, but like, to a deadly dinosaur island? Why?
Yeah, I know. Well, some parents are just like, we're going on vacation, take them. Oh my God.
I would never.
So I have a couple of notes here. That's pretty much all our topics, but I have a couple of notes here. Do you have any extra notes you want to talk about?
No, but I can riff off you.
Sure. So I've got question. Where did all the scientists go?
They went on the ferry.
Like, nobody's there anymore.
Yeah,
they all vanished?
They went on the ferry to leave because there was a really bad hurricane coming in.
Everyone?
Yeah.
But who's watching the embryos? And the dinosaurs and the eggs?
Well, John Hammond and the IT guys are still there. So they're supposed to be protecting it.
It just seemed like...
the system was never supposed to go down. There's a security system.
I know, but it just seemed like everybody vanished. And like, because a lot of the stuff that could have been handled by some of these tech people that work there, but everybody just left. Why would you dip? Like, it made no sense.
Because there was a bad hurricane coming. They had to.
Some people have to work through the hurricane, bro. It's T-Rexes and stuff.
Yeah.
Special effects, they're better than the CGI today, in my opinion.
Well, a lot of them are practical. Yeah.
Like, for example, I noticed the T-Rex, when it stomps, it has weight. There's a weight to the movement. Like, there's a weight to the feet or hitting the ground. And in the new movies, there's no weight to it. They just seem rubbery. It's like they're early on, like when they did Matrix Reloaded, and there were some scenes where Neo was fully CG and he just looked like he was floating around. So that, the new CG, it's just not hitting it anymore, man. It's like, there's something wrong with it.
I think it could if they would take the amount of time, but they won't take the time because it would take years. Like, you remember Incredibles 2, how long it took to come out? It's because they were meticulous about the animation. It takes a really long time.
Yeah, and it just really is a detriment to the movie, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So Newman.
You think it's a detriment to the new movies?
Yeah.
But in the original Jurassic Park, you think the CG?
Yeah, the original still holds up.
I just wanted to clarify that.
Yeah. Newman from Seinfeld. He's in this movie. Also another Seinfeld person. Opening sequence. Marcelino, the convenience store owner. He's the guy holding the amber when they find the mosquito in the amber.
Yeah.
He's the guy in the cave. So two little Seinfeld connections. Alan Grant, not really cool with kids. Scares the crap out of that kid with the raptor claw. Kind of unnecessary. A little bit.
Well, it's because he has the character arc of then liking the kids on on the island and helping them. And he overcomes his hatred of children.
The kid probably pooped himself.
I think he was just trying to show that he doesn't like kids.
Okay, but still, that's kind of rude. Opening scene could have been edited to look really spooky and suspicious. Suspicious. So a rich guy comes to you and your girlfriend and bribes you to come to his private island where he does experiments and secret research. Sound like, anything familiar?
Yeah, and they just go. They don't even question it.
Exactly. They don't know. It could have turned into something else. Not a dinosaur movie, but, something else.
Well, they do try to say no, and then he's like, I'll fund your dig for 3 years. And
yeah.
Like, let's
he bribes
do it.
them. Yeah, he bribes them.
He does bribe
Money
them.
talks, bullshit walks.
Yeah.
But yeah, that part I was like, oh, they could have just this could have turned into a horror movie where he tortures them and makes them do nasty stuff. Also, one thing, this might stir some controversy. I think that John Hammond should have died at the end of the movie. I don't think he should have survived that shit. A bunch of people got killed.
And it's all his fault.
It's all his fault because of his arrogance. He's like, I want to do this. I want to do that. He didn't think about what he was doing. And I think he should have gotten mauled by one of his own dinosaurs at the end.
And even when everything went to shit, he was still pitching it.
I think what they should have did was he saves his grandkids, but sacrifices himself. But no, at the end, he gets on his fucking little helicopter. He's holding his little cane with the little...
He's sad, though.
I don't care if you're sad. A bunch of people just died. Samuel L. Jackson's dead. Newman's dead. The lawyer's dead. The guy in the opening sequence. Muldoon is dead. The guy in the opening sequence when he's like, shooter! Shooter! That guy's dead.
No, I don't think that guy died.
Whatever. People are getting hurt because of your fucking experiments.
Yeah.
He should have been a sacrificial lamb, and his grandkids survived because of him. And then in the sequel, it's Lost World. But no, he's in the sequel too. He's in the opening scene, and he's like, we're going back to Jurassic Park. And then Ian Malcolm visits him. He's like, what are you doing? Did you not learn anything from the first movie? And he's like, well, whatever. Not cool, bro. I think he should have got cool. I think he should have got eaten by maybe a raptor. Is that harsh?
I gotta go. The baby's crying.
Is she crying? Okay.
Yeah, she's full on. She was just fussing, but now she's crying. All right, everyone. I'm back. The baby was fussing. She needed her passy. And our 3-year-old needed to be tucked in, and then he needed to take exactly 10 sips out of his water bottle. He counted them.
You counted them?
Yeah, he went 1, 2.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it was really cute.
This fucking guy. I mean, that is kind of cute. John Hammond, he shouldn't have survived.
Yeah, it might have been a bit of a redemption arc for him to die, but I think it was enough of he had to come to his senses and realize that what he had done.
Yeah, but in the second movie, it's all gone. He's just like, yeah, we're going back.
Were they going back to make Jurassic Park, or I thought they were just going back to get assets?
No, his InGen, the lawyers were going there to get the assets, aka the dinosaurs, and he was just like, cool.
Well, at that point, his dream was ruined. So I don't think wasn't he dying in the second movie? Like, wasn't he ill?
He was in bed, but bro, a bunch of people died because of your BS.
Yeah, I think he realized that, but like, what's he supposed to do?
Stop them. Or do they?
At the end, he left. He was like, yeah, you're right. Like, this was a bad idea. After everyone died, he came to his senses.
Can we talk about Ian Malcolm hitting on Laura Dern when those two are obviously a thing?
He confirmed later with Alan that they were a thing.
Yeah, but like, he's just like, did you see when he's doing the water thing to show chaos theory? And he's just like touching her hair.
Fondling her, yeah.
He's like touching her hair. I was like, bro, keep your hands to yourself, man.
Also, he's like caressing her and she's like, Alan, look at this. It's like, your boyfriend doesn't want to see you getting fondled.
He's ready to like
man.
pull the raptor claw out and cut this guy's throat.
I think it's just one of those things where she's obviously an attractive woman and she's being flirted with, but she's obviously she thinks it's harmless.
Yeah. Oh, what's your favorite dinosaur from the movie?
My favorite dinosaur? I like the Triceratops, the sick Triceratops.
The sick Triceratops?
Yeah, she's sweet. I wanted to pet her too. And for some reason, she reminded me of our baby.
A dinosaur that just took a huge dump reminds you of, oh, okay, now I see it. Yeah. A lot of poop. I see it now.
I don't know.
Okay.
There's just something about like babies. They're just like so sweet and innocent in a similar way that animals are sweet and innocent. Just when she was laying there and she was petting her and she's being sweet, it just reminded me of our baby a little.
Yeah, for me, I think my favorite was the Velociraptors. They're so freaky.
Evil, though.
They're so freaky and so evil, but I mean, they're supposed to be scary. They're terrifying.
They are.
They are terrifying, man. So, that's it for me. I don't know if you have anything else.
No, I think we did a really good tribute to this movie. We showed our love for it, and hopefully anybody that's listening is going to go watch it now or watch it before they listen to this and enjoys the absolute magic.
Yeah, if you haven't seen Jurassic Park, there's something wrong with you. So go watch it, please. Unless you've been living under a rock. That's the only excuse.
Agreed.
But thank you for listening. And that was episode 2. I hope you liked that one. We're going to work on more episodes. We'll try to get some more in. And we'll go from there.
Yeah, thanks for stopping by, everyone.
Cool. Clever girl.